Can you back out of a real estate contract? Well, yes, you can, but it depends on your contingencies and how you wrote the contract. So specifically, let's talk about 3 things to make sure you don't lose your money. So 1, let's just talk about when you can legally back out. There's some time frames in there. And number 2, what contingencies will protect you, the buyer and the seller, on both sides, so everyone's protected in the deal. And number 3, how to avoid losing your earnest money, because a lot of times if you don't have exact details in the contract, you could lose it not knowing that you only needed a few extra words in the contract. So I'm going to start with some fun bonus facts on details of contracts that you need. And so I would kind of timestamp this and make some notes or grab a pen and pencil. Most contracts have 5 to 10 day inspection windows. Earnest money is usually 1 to 3% of the purchase price. Financing issues are the number 1 reason that contracts fall through. So easy, if you're very serious about it, you could always have your financing in play or know that you have hard money lenders that will loan on a variety of qualities of properties. A lot of the bigger players, they will have hard money lenders across the nation, quite frankly. I used to do that when I was in 29 states. I had hard money lenders ready to loan. They knew the exact qualification of the kind of properties we were buying. We were doing a lot of subject to, lease to own. We needed to buy cash however we needed it. I had that already set in play. So if you were just coming into the game and you haven't even looked at your financing, organized it, had your credit run, any of that, you're probably going to be in the back seat of these deals, even walking into them. Now, there's a lot on the market right now because of interest rates. We're filming this in November 2025. Until those settle out a little, there's going to be more inventory and less people probably even wanting to buy. So when you put your contracts in, it's all about contingencies. Let's go to your next list. Know your contingencies. Number 1, it's usually the inspection. Now you can buy as is, but you can cancel if major issues appear. But again, you've got to be detailed. You can't just say major issues. Is that major issues because of roofing, asbestos, actual structural issues? What are the inspection details? Number 2, again, financing if the loan falls through because you didn't get it. So you can get in advance of that if you want to. And then the appraisal, and where you have a walkaway if it doesn't match a certain price. So if the appraisal just doesn't come in. So those are typically the big 3 that you can put in on contingencies, but you can go as wide and as far as you want. You can say, I have to sell this property before I can buy this one. It's really up to you, and it's what the seller's going to accept. The second thing is timing is everything with this. So track your contingency deadlines. Make sure you're in charge of them. Make sure your inspectors are on pace, your appraisers are on pace. A lot of times, if they're in a busy market and they don't get out to the property and your deadlines get missed, you're going to lose your earnest money. Again, if you are going to set this through a title company, I always have the title companies be my backup for all my deadlines. And I always say within 24 hours of a deadline, let me know what it has or hasn't come in yet, and just be on top of it. I cannot stress that enough. So most people have lost earnest money by just, set it, forget it, and then you expect the title company to be they're not the buyer, they're not the ones that's actually handling it. Before I talk about some finale of this and how you never lose your earnest money, I need you to subscribe to the channel, click the notification button. We're here 5 days a week. So every morning I want that notification to go off, and I want you listening to the message. And even if you think you know it, the way I want you thinking about each of the recordings here on my YouTube channel is what's one thing I could do different today? What's one thing I could enhance in my plan today? What's one thing I could tell someone else in your family or in your situation that you want to have a good takeaway every day? Now, we do have a very cool journal. It's in the show link below. So you can grab the journal and write down the day of the video, the topic of the video, what you learned from it, what are you going to do? I always say, what are you going to learn and what are you going to do? Because you can always say, well, I'm learning things, or hey, that was about so-and-so. There's no actionability in that. So I want action in your life at all times. For a lot of you, if you want to binge watch this channel instead of binge watching Hulu, Netflix, Paramount, or any of those, binge watch us. 25 hours gets you $750 of new credit towards a new tuition. So to do that, make sure you follow the link below so we can track it. We actually get to know where you are, what you're doing, what you're listening to. That helps us help you get to know you more and what your needs are. If you have questions, you're always going to go to Ask Loral, AskLoral, ask questions, make a request. We are here all the time. The last big gift I want to give you is I want to give you a download of Millionaire Maker version 2. You want to read up to chapter 3 where we talk about a gap analysis, which is where are you? What do you want? And then we, through our coaching and mentoring, help you fill in how you can increase your income and increase your education on better alternative investing. And then overall, we look at reduce your taxes. So many of you just overpay taxes because it's an invisible pain. And in the category of real estate, you don't have a good team. So here's my rule. If you start getting into any sort of investment, you need to stop doing your own taxes. H&R Block, stop. You need to get a good tax strategist. When you work with us here at Integrated Wealth, you get me and 28 financial and business experts. So get experts to help you do it right. There are so many tax benefits with bonus depreciation and everything you can do in real estate. And as interest rates fall, it's a market you want to get into or even accelerate more. Back to our topic at hand. Can you get out of a contract, a real estate contract? Yes, you can. Again, deadlines are everything. Contingencies and the exact deadlines of the inspection, the appraisal, the financing, make sure you're managing that. Well, we spoke it up, but I want to reinforce that. Second thing, if sellers can keep it and will keep it, it's not if they'll keep it, they will if you are a minute late on those contracts. So when I say deadlines, I'm talking down to like if it's the AM, PM, make sure you're on it. And again, I would use your title company, your agent or broker, and make sure you're managing this going all the way through. And be very clear up front that you're going to want it back. Like I used to put contracts on houses all week long. And most of them, and when you get in that kind of volume, you've really got to manage when you actually do the cancellations. And again, stay on top of it. And if you need a team, call our team. 775-588-9200. If you have any questions about anything, whether it's real estate related, business related, income related, you want to quit your job, you don't understand taxes, go to Ask Loral, ASKLORAL. Ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.